Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson. This is Science Classics. We are going to discuss about modern methods of food preservation. Modern methods of preserving food. Modern methods of preserving food, these are methods which are used nowadays. Example of modern methods of preserving food, we have canning, we have freezing, drying, which is both modern and traditional. We have use of chemicals, we have pasteurization, which is especially used to preserve milk, and UHT, ultra high temperature, which also use this one also to preserve milk and other kind of foods. Now in this level we are going to talk about three only. The first one we'll talk about canning. Then the second one we are going to talk about drying, and lastly we'll talk about freezing. Freezing is an example of use of low temperature. So let's pick the first one. We pick drying. Drying in modern days or currently, modern dryers have been developed and are used in industries and factories to prepare some food like tea leaves. These are where we use modern dryers. Coffee berries, coffee berries, we use modern dryers, and cereals. These ones are used in industries. The source of heat to dry foods in modern dryers uses electricity, not the sun. Though people have also modified dryers which we use sun dryers, but electricity is the main source of heat here. Heat blows through food to cause drying uniformly. That's the best thing with modern dryers, because food dry uniformly. When we move to the second one, which is canning. Canning is a special way of preserving food. First, food is put in airtight containers in factories. When you go, you find food is put in airtight containers, and before they are put in airtight containers, they are heated to a certain temperature, then cooled, then they are put in a airtight containers. So food is put in airtight containers in factories. For example, of canned foods, we have things like fruits, things like fish, things like meat, things like beans and biscuits. Biscuits, those ones are what we call canned food. Kitambo watu walikuwa wanaenda kwa supermarket, then wanauliza chakula cha mkebe. So that's what we call canned food. And canned foods, they have what we call expiry date, which is marked on the cans. Then lastly, under this subtopic, food preservation, modern methods of food preservation, we are freezing. That's now we can also talk of refrigeration. Food put in a fridge remains fresh for long. And remember, food we put in a refrigerator, it doesn't kill the germs. but it deactivate. They become inactive for some times. So if you remove that food from the refrigerator or from the fridge, what happens? They become active again. What kills bacteria, all those germs, is what we call heating. That one kills them, but refrigeration only inactivates them. Refrigerators use electricity, especially areas with electricity. Those are the areas which you will find out people are owning refrigerators in their homes. Some people also use solar. We have solar panels which convert light from the sun to electricity. Then electricity can be converted to heat, which can be used to run the refrigerator. In the previous session, we talked about the charcoal cooler. Remember, charcoal cooler works the same way the refrigerator works. Though charcoal cooler is the traditional way of preserving food. And we must also know reasons why we preserve food. Reasons for food preservation. Reasons for food preservation. Why do we preserve food? One, we preserve food to avoid wastage. Number two, we preserve food for later use. We also preserve food to conserve energy. We also preserve food to maintain the taste and flavor of food. Remember, we are talking of taste and flavor of food should remain the same. When you preserve food and you realize, or you keep your food somewhere and then you realize the flavor and taste has changed, which means that's not the best way of preserving food. We also preserve food to have food that is sometimes out of season. Maybe like now, maybe your food on season, then later the food is no longer there. So what do? You preserve it so that you use them in later seasons. Then lastly, for easier transportation. For example, if you talk of cereals, if you dry them, they become light and easy to transport. Even when you put them in sacks, they want to go back. You can transport them to various places. Have a nice time.